You already know what I'm here for. So let's just go ahead and get started with this dang on Real Housewives of Atlanta Part 4 reunion. Now, usually when I watch the reunions, I don't watch them live. I record it. I watch it back. My glasses are crazy. I'm switching glasses. Sorry. Yes. I'm that difficult. I watch it back. I like to fast forward through commercials. That's usually what I do. But something told me, Jay Lee, from Jay Lee's Corner, girl, go ahead and watch that reunion live so you can go ahead and get the same reaction as other people. Phaedra. That little hussy heifer bitch. Now, I told my mom I wasn't gonna cuss because, you know, my mother doesn't cuss. And I tried not to cuss so much. But I cuss a lot. But I try not to. But I'm gonna have to cuss in this shit. Because that bitch Phaedra wrong on every level. Up, down, left, right, all the way around the motherfucking circle. She was wrong. Dead ass wrong. When Portia said, I'ma let Phaedra talk. When Phaedra sat there dead quiet as a motherfucking church mouse in between prayer, like she couldn't say nothing because Jesus was speaking, she stayed quiet knowing damn well she was busted. That's why Phaedra stayed quiet. It wasn't because she was trying to think of what to say. No, she knew she was dead ass wrong because she was caught and she was like, damn, I'm a lawyer in real life. This looks bad on me in real life. I was hoping this did not come out in real life. I felt like, and for a second I was like, is Portia and Phaedra playing everybody, like playing everyone? Was this their way to, you know, sweep everything under the rug as if, oh, you know, it wasn't that bad? But when I seen Portia go back at Phaedra because Phaedra was staying quiet, I was like, oh no, bitch. It's real. That's the real Portia. That's Portia checking Phaedra, old fake phony. Ooh, I can't stand bitches like that. That hussy, that little, ooh, Lord Jesus. I just cannot believe. And then come to find out she was also the little harlot that started the whole Todd is Marvin rumor. Or not even started the rumor, told Portia that as if it was fact. She sat the whole season quiet. She let Portia take the whole rap for it all. And what's worse is she made Portia the scapegoat and made Portia defend herself. Which is, if I'm your friend and you tell me some dirt and I repeat that dirt, I'm only going to bat for you because you're my friend and you're not going to tell me anything wrong. That's why Portia did. I get that's why she did it. Because if my best buddy tells me so-and-so told me this, like from their mouth, they told me this. If my friend don't mind me repeating it and checking that bitch about what she said, that's what I'm going to do. And I don't need my friend to come to my defense when they told me the truth. But Phaedra, funky ass, didn't come to Portia's defense because she was lying. That's the worst thing ever. And as Kandi kept saying, y'all accused me of being a rapist. It wasn't a little jokey joke, a little shade thrown. Oh yeah, you know, Phaedra said Kandi could. No, Phaedra lied to Portia and had people out here thinking that Kandi out here Bill Cosby and bitches. Like Kandi and Ty out here passing out goddamn past dispenser candies, drugging heifers, dragging them back to the goddamn dungeon and raping them. That's what they basically did. And Kandi is a business woman. So on a business level, I can get why she was pissed the fuck off for Phony Faye. Because Phony Faye had been lying the whole time, got Portia looking dumb as fuck. So it was good to see Portia take up for herself and how everyone was like, you see why we been saying that's why she pulled your strings, because she was lying to you and you ain't even get it. And another thing was, why would you believe that Kandi gonna drug and rape you, boo-boo? I guess she believed it because her friend told her. So I get that thing too. But I would have said to Kandi, bitch, I believe it because Phaedra told me. I would not have held in that Phaedra told me. I would not have held that until I was served a cease and desist letter, and then I couldn't speak on it anymore. I would have said from the beginning, bitch, our homegirl told me you said that. So let's all have a conversation, because if you want to rate me, you know, it would have been a conversation had a long time ago. So it was just shocking to not only see that Portia explained, you know, it came from Phaedra, but it was also pathetic to see Phaedra funky ass not say much of anything. And then when she kept trying to, you know, not admit to it, saying, well, I don't know if that's what I really said. That's not what I said. Like, she's still lying to Portia, and she told that to Portia. And Portia like, no, you said it. She wasn't backing down. And that's the only reason I believe that Portia wasn't in on it, that Portia was just polo, stupid Portia. She just stupid as, you know what I'm saying, dollar store weave. She just believes her friend. So you can't get mad at someone who believes their friend, but you can be like, if Phaedra never backed up your story, if Phaedra never said, but Kandi, you did say it. If Phaedra never said that, Portia, boo-boo, you should have been smart enough to know something ain't right. But then she kept saying, well, no, Phaedra, I asked you, you know, 3 different times if she said it, because she's saying that she didn't, and you kept on saying, yes, she did say that, girl. And that sounds like phony Faye. That's some bullshit she would say. Phaedra is, let me be clear, cut and direct and to the fucking point. I don't like Phaedra. Fuck Phaedra, her shoes, her weave, her dress designer, her birth control pills. Fuck that bitch and any horse, carriage, or car she rode in on. Because any ex-friend who will say that someone who they just happened to be mad at out here raping people ain't shit. I hope her business as a lawyer diminishes, because even though lawyers have to be sneaky and they have to undercut sometimes, and they have to sometimes do things in your personal life with your friends, bitch, you shouldn't do that. And you played Portia to the T. You made her the sneakiest scapegoat. Why? Because Portia, you know, she's a little bit ditzy. Portia's not stupid per se. She's ditzy. You know what I'm saying? She's you know, people say, oh, you're like a blonde. Like, you know, they say blondes are stupid, even though that's not true, because a person can be dumb and have black hair. But you know what I'm saying? Portia's ditzy. She's not the sharpest pencil in the goddamn pencil sharpener. But, bitch, you should have been smart enough to know Phaedra played your ass the whole season. And then when Andy Cohen kept saying, well, Phaedra, what do you have to say? And Phaedra kept not saying stuff. I hope they don't bring her fake ass back the next season, because it was so shocking to see you're caught in your lie, and you're caught in your lie, and you have nothing to say. Like, you have nothing to say. That's the part that I was like, well, at least if you caught in your lie and you said it, own up to it, or at least say something. Hey, my hair looks crazy. Own up to it, and, you know, say something so that it doesn't seem like you're such a vindictive bitch. But she's a vindictive bitch. Like, and it's sad because you said stuff about Kandi, and she has a teenage daughter. Like, your sons are kids. So the kids in their school don't know mom on TV fucking around with white chocolate and black chocolate, and daddy in prison, you know, with a fiance. Your younger kids don't know that. But everyone else's older kids can see, well, damn, is Kandi mom out here raping people? Should I let my daughter come to her house? How do I know her husband ain't gonna drug my daughter? And, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole trickle effect thing of what she did. That's some bold ass shit. I mean, and she out here twerking for Jesus like she's, you know, just a good Southern belle and a good Christian woman, but you out here lying dead to the world about your homegirl, or who used to be your homegirl. But I can't stand people who's that. I just got all hype. I can't stand people who do that. One thing about me as a person, I'm loyal to the end. If you're my friend, even if we fall out, I'm not going to talk about you to other people, and I'm not going to let other people talk about you. So for Phaedra to not only dog Kandi out because, as she said, oh, This is going to be a long video. I'm so sorry. You know, I try to keep it under 10 minutes. Off of that part. Even the part of, you know, the whole Johnny situation, to where Johnny not suing Kandi for almost $170,000 for overtime. What kind of job you had, Johnny? What was you doing? Did you go and grow a goddamn on tiger, lions, tigers, and bears for her wedding? What did you do that you think you should get an additional $170,000 as an independent contractor, which I'm pretty sure he was, because he had his own business, so he probably was hired as a contractor. You don't get paid overtime hours as an independent contractor. Boo-boo. What you get is a base pay. You get compensation based on what we discussed in the beginning. Typically, independent contractors aren't really paid per hour. But if you are paid per hour, all of that is nailed out in your contract, because you weren't a regular W-2 employee. You were an independent contractor. Hence, Kandi saying, when I have independent contractor employees, I even give them a bonus. Johnny wrong. And then when Phaedra kept saying, well, I don't even really know Johnny. You know, he came to me because, you know, if you ain't know Johnny, as you keep saying, I don't know Johnny, when we refer Johnny punk ass to somebody else, you did not have to accompany him to each goddamn meeting with the lawyers. Because as you kept saying, I don't even know Johnny. Do you accompany all people you don't know to other court cases and other lawyers each time that you do math, punk ass $2.75 per hour math? You don't do that. Do you bring camera crews to each session that you're meeting with this person who, I don't know Johnny? You fake. It was all on the show. I think this episode was what we all have been waiting for it to be. It was the epitome of busted bitch. That is what Phaedra was. That bitch was busted. Like, all the lies, all the manipulation, all the vindictive things that people have said over the years that Phaedra was, it kind of all came to a head. Over the years, people have always said Phaedra has done things, and then she'll kind of act like she's this old innocent Southern belle. You know, Jesus is my Lord. She hides behind that. But in real life, Phaedra is ghetto. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood too. You know, I'm not there anymore, but I can always go back there in my demeanor and things like that if need be. That's what Phaedra is. And I think the reason she stayed so quiet was because she was upset that her vindictive, manipulative, bitchy, fake ways was out in the open, and she did not expect it all to come out. I think she really thought, if I stay quiet enough, they won't know what I did, and we can just kind of keep it moving, and Portia will continue to be the scapegoat. Just stupid shit. So even though I still think the reunion did not have to be 4 parts, it really could have been 2, because even this one episode could have still been one whole episode, and they could have just had a 2 episode, maybe 3, not 4, not at all 4. But this season overall was based on bullshit from Phaedra. So I hope, me personally, that they don't bring her back next season. Just simply because it's one thing to throw shade at somebody. It's one thing to say, oh, I heard something that you really did hear. It's something different to where you make up a lie, tell someone the lie, and then when you're busted with the lie, you still try to blame it on, well, that's what I heard. Total bullshit. And then even how she came up with the thing of the whole Marvin and Todd thing, it was just, I mean, I called my mama like, Ma, is you? She was like, yes, I'm watching. And I was like, I cannot believe that hussy. I said, Mama, try not to cuss, but I don't know. Because it was, for me, it was shocking to see that she, you know, did that to Kandi, and also did that to Portia. And even how Cynthia chimed in and said, you know, over the years, you know, people have always said things, but when you say stuff, whether you make it up or you go too far, you should be woman enough to say, you know what? I said it. I shouldn't have. I lied, or I went too far. Oh, you own up to what you did. And Phaedra towards the end, she still never owned up to it. Yeah, she apologized a little bit to Portia. Well, she apologized to Portia, a little bit to Kandi, but she kept making it seem like, well, you know, well, Candy's done things to me. So when Kandi said, well, what have I done? Well, your mom, I was talking to Candy's like, no, what have I done? Not my mom. What have I done? And the only thing she can come up with, well, you kept saying things. Anything that Kandi said, though, was a truth. Kandi didn't lie on you. So because someone tells the truth about you, you spread lies about them. That's fake as fuck, Phaedra. Like, that's really wrong. And I like how Kandi said, you know, you brought Johnny on TV and did scenes with him. Someone who's trying to sue me. You made this a public thing. Like, the court case is still going on. But had I brought the chick who wrote a book about your old ghetto fake ass, had I brought her on the show and did scenes with her, you would have really been hurt. And then when Andy my TV on, when Andy asked her, would you have been upset if she would have done that? Well, no, I wouldn't have been upset. You a bold-faced lie. You, in the same way you lied about not knowing what Apollo was doing, it is you. Phaedra is a lie. You're a liar. That is what she is. And I did not mean for this video to be 16 minutes, but overall, Phaedra fake as fuck. I'm happy that Kandi was vindicated. I'm happy that Portia is no longer the scapegoat, but she gonna have some digging up to do to make up for the thing that she did. I love that Portia apologized, and it seemed genuine to Kandi for her part of what she said this season. I like how Portia apologized to the other ladies. She apologized to Kenya. She apologized to Cynthia about things that she had done in the past, and she said how she just wants to move on. Take it, she did that so that she can be back next season, because kind of without Phaedra, Portia would kind of be like, we can do it with her or not have her. But I like how she was woman enough to speak up and say, on my behalf of what I did, I'm sorry to you, you, and you. Whereas Phaedra pussyfooted around and fucking tap dancing, you know, like she was tap dancing for, you know, for cheese, because she's a rat. I'm just... Great part 4. I had a lot to say. I usually would never have a video this long ever. I know people don't watch stuff this long, but I hope y'all did. Please join my channel or subscribe to my channel, J Lee's Corner. I will be doing more reviews later this week for other TV shows. And thanks so much. I'm out. Peace.